Good afternoon. A major incident has been declared in Whitchurch in Shropshire after a landslip left a gaping hole in a section of canal. Fire and Rescue Services said there had been a significant breach of the Shropshire Union Canal. Well, Mark Goff is there for us. Mark, it's quite an extraordinary scene there right now.
Yeah, it is. It's incredible. If you just look behind me, you can see there are two narrowboats, the two ones in the centre. They've completely dropped because the canal floor has completely vanished. The narrowboat, which is nearest to me, that's landed on the canal floor. That's where it should be. But you can see the hole where the other two have disappeared, and then there's another one beyond again on the canal floor which hasn't vanished. So the hole is, what, about 5-6 metres deep? We were told this happened at 4 o'clock this morning, and in total, actually, 15 people had to be either rescued or were evacuated from the narrowboats, because there's these 4 narrowboats here, but further around the bends, there are another 7 narrowboats. So when this happened at 4 in the morning, the fire service came and the Canal and Rivers Trust, and they helped get people off the boat. I was told actually one man managed to leap off his narrowboat because he was just at the level of the canal towpath as he was going down. His dog followed him as well. They're now being cared for in the local fire station, and the local council is also looking for some temporary accommodation for them. The Canal and Rivers Trust engineer I spoke to before, he said you can only imagine how terrifying this must have been at 4 o'clock this morning. Water gushing around you, your boat moving, your boat dropping. You had no idea what was going on, but thankfully 15 people have had a very lucky escape today. A frightening experience, but a lucky escape.
OK, Mark, thank you very much. There have been fresh revelations about the Bondi terror attack. The gunman accused of killing 15 people allegedly conducted firearms training with his father, according to documents released by court in Sydney. 24-year-old Naveed Akram faces 59 charges over the attack, including 15 counts of murder and 1 count of committing a terrorist act. His father, Sajid, was shot dead by police. Rosie Dowsing has our report.
On the move for the first time since horror was unleashed on Bondi Beach. Surviving suspect, 24-year-old Naveed Akram, moving to a prison hospital for treatment. It comes the same day court documents are released, alleging he and his father Sajid Akram, who was shot dead by police at the scene, had been meticulously planning the atrocities for months. In October, in the Australian countryside, seemingly training for terror, in footage recovered from a phone. In December, they appear to be on a reconnaissance mission, visiting the bridge where the attack would take place. Then, on the day of the shooting, the suspects appear to carry a large bundle to a car, which police say was loaded with 2 shotguns, a rifle, and 4 explosives. After the attack, police find an Islamic State flag in the boot of the car. They also recover unexploded pipe bombs that had been thrown at crowds. In the 41-page court document, the list of victims, dead or alive, is over a page long. Naveed Akram faces 59 charges, including 15 counts of murder and 1 of terror. A Prime Minister under pressure today pledges measures to tackle terrorism and hate.
As Prime Minister, I feel the weight of responsibility for an atrocity that happened whilst I'm Prime Minister. And I'm sorry for what the Jewish community and our nation as a whole has experienced. The government will work every day to protect Jewish Australians.
Picking up the pieces, the sea of flowers are cleared after a national day of mourning was held here yesterday. While this anti-Semitic attack during Hanukkah celebrations was allegedly planned for months, the impact will be felt for far longer. Rosie Dowsing, ITV News.
Retailers could be overcharging drivers at the petrol pump. That's the warning from the Competition and Markets Authority, which says profit margins have been rising unexplainably. The government is due to launch a fuel finder next year, allowing drivers to compare real-time fuel prices. Shock collars and snare traps could be banned under new government proposals. The animal welfare strategy takes aim at controversial practices that affect pets, farm and wild animals. Among the proposals is the ban of puppy farming. Trail hunting will also be banned over concerns it's being used as a smokescreen for real hunting, and phasing out the use of some farming confinement systems like colony cages for hens and pig farrowing crates. The farmers have raised concerns over unfair competition if imports are not held to the same standards. Ellie Pitt sent this from a farm in Essex.
So the biggest changes will affect pig and poultry farmers, with the overall idea of these new rules to give animals more space. When it comes to chickens, traditional battery hen farming, where it's a single bird in an individual cage, was banned in this country more than a decade ago. But there is still what's called colony cages, where multiple birds are kept in larger cages, and the government wants to ban that. When it comes to pigs, unfortunately, sometimes new mums roll over and kill their newborn piglets. And so to mitigate that, farmers have used a metal device known as a farrowing cage to limit the pig's movement. But the government wants to scrap that and allow pigs more space to move around. Now, I've spoken to the head of the Farmers Union today, who's told me that in general, his members are very much in favour of raising animal welfare standards, but they want to make sure that foreign producers of food are set with the same standards as UK producers.
We have a higher cost of production because our welfare standards are much higher, and unless we impose those same standards within our imports, then we're going to undermine British farming. We're not going to be able to compete.
Well, the Environment Secretary has said that these new rules are about making some of the most ambitious changes to animal welfare standards in this country for a generation, and that their new plans will raise standards for animals in the home, on the farm and in the wild.
Ellie Pitt reporting there. And finally, huge crowds have lined the streets of Manchester to bid farewell to one of the city's most adored, Manny Mountfield, the bassist from the Stone Roses and Primal Scream. Friends, family and famous faces, including former bandmate Ian Brown, were in attendance, alongside Liam Gallagher and David Beckham, to pay their respects at Manchester Cathedral. Regarded as one of the most talented bass players of his generation, Manny died last month at the age of 63. And that is all for now. Paul Brand is here with the latest at 7:10 this evening. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.